Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen, and I am so happy that you have found your way to me. Whether you are coming back or whether you are here for the first time, I really appreciate you being here. Now, we are going to look at a very cool pick a card reading for today. We're going to see what kind of messages the universe or spirit, whoever you resonate with, has for you so that you could move towards your ultimate desires and success and happiness. So whatever it is that you are striving towards or whatever you are trying to achieve, we are going to look at the best ways for you to get there. In other words, what is your recipe for success? What kind of advice Spirit has for you at this time? So we have three piles, as you can see. We have pile number 1 with the moss agate. We have pile number 2 with desert rose. And we have pile number 3 with carnelian. So just take your time. Breathe in, breathe out, calm yourself, center yourself. Make sure that you really quiet your body and your mind so that you could feel what your intuition is telling you and which pile it is directing you towards. There's no rush. If you need to, you can pause the video as well. And whenever you're ready, you can go into the description box or down into the comment section and you'll be able to find the timestamps that I have listed there and you'll be able to jump straight to your reading. So happy choosing, and I will see you guys in just a bit. Hello, pile number 1. You guys chose the moss agate, and we are just going to put it on the side over here so that you know, could still keep an eye on it, but that it wouldn't be in the way. So we are going to start off with these 3 tarot cards first. By the way, if you are interested in the decks that I'm using in today's reading, you can find them listed in the description box. And you can also find the link to my shop down in the description box as well. If you are interested in getting a personal reading with me, you can do so via the link that is listed there. Because this is a general reading, so only take the messages on board that you truly resonate with, and everything else that doesn't sound like it is talking about you or doesn't sound like something you could apply to your circumstances, you don't have to take those on board. You don't have to force them to fit your story, okay? So yeah, I just had to give that disclaimer as always. But having said that, let's just get straight into what it is that you are trying to achieve right now. Let's see what it is. We have the 2 of Swords in reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Hanged Man. So you are starting off with some serious major arcana. You seem to be feeling pretty fed up with having things just like be however they have been for however long. I see you wanting to really start shifting things and moving things along. I feel that for a lot of you, you have been using this time that we have been in for the past year or like year and a half, and you've really taken the time to reevaluate your journey, to reevaluate what it is that you want from life. And I can see that you have definitely had a significant perspective change, which I mean, most likely is something that a lot of people have gone through. But for you, I feel that it has had like a very serious impact, meaning that whilst other people, I'm sure, have also, you know, really thought about their choices, their priorities, but I feel like you have definitely made some really big like decision changes or shifts. It's like whatever you have woken up to in the past year, a year and a half, I feel like you are ready to actually take action on it, to actually do something about this new perspective that you now have, rather than just passively having new values. I see you really wanting to implement change in your life, wanting things to really start moving in a new direction based off of these new values that you now have. And I feel like you may have been rather like stagnant and maybe gathering some courage, maybe spending a lot of time really making sure that the moves that you are wanting to make next are the right moves for you. So I see you doing a lot of like analysis, a lot of groundwork for the changes that you want to take place in your life. So you seem to have been very thorough in that, and it's not something that you are just recklessly kind of jumping into and starting to kind of just uproot your life and do anything. Like I don't see you doing anything very crazy. It's like completely the opposite. I see you having this energy and drive and determination to take your life forward and to take your life in a better direction for you, in a direction that would align more with your beliefs and with your new values. So yeah, you definitely, it's not like a crazy move. You have definitely thought this through, and you have definitely made plans accordingly. You have definitely strategized for this move that you are now making. For some of you, the shifts that you are wanting to make in your life are actually like really big shifts and changes. For some of you, it could be that you are deciding to go in a completely different career path than what you have been doing before, what you have been doing up to this point. For some of you, you may be moving to a whole other state or to a whole other country. For some of you, you may be, I don't know, maybe for some of you, you are going through a divorce, or maybe you are making huge changes in your family dynamic or your relationship dynamic, or the way that you are living right now or have been living up to this point, and just changing your living arrangements, whatever they may be. So there are definitely really like, these are like huge changes that I see you wanting to make, and it's definitely inspired by wanting to kind of elevate your life, elevate the quality of your life so that it would match your new desires, your new wishes and wants. And for some of you, it could actually even be that the new values that you have are like radically different from what you used to have before. So maybe the things that you were working towards before don't really matter to you at all anymore. Maybe the questions that you were asking yourself, they don't actually matter to you anymore. It's like the new visions and the new like milestones that you have set for yourself are completely different to everything else that you were valuing before. So yeah, definitely kind of huge changes, huge shifts. What are the things that you seem to be working towards, and others are the things that you seem to be wishing at this time. So yeah, it's actually very nice, very ballsy energy, very, very like brave and courageous. But at the same time, I feel like it's smart. It's not rushing. It's not taking any unnecessary risks. It's really thinking things through and being very methodical and very pragmatic about it. But at the same time, having a very clear goal or a very clear direction in your mind's eye as to what it is that now matters to you and what it is that you now wish to accomplish. So this is really, really great energy. And yeah, I feel like you are definitely kind of on the right path in a way, or you have definitely aligned yourself. Yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. It feels like you have aligned yourself. But yeah, that's basically what I'm sensing for you, pile number one, as to what it is that you are doing right now, or what it is that you are striving towards, working towards, trying to achieve for yourself. So let's get into some tarot cards now. Let's get some more information. We are going to have a look-see into what spirit what kind of guidance spirit has for you regarding your approach to this dream of yours, this goal of yours. So let's see. We have the Queen of Swords. Wow, we have the Sun. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. Let me kind of move those around. We have Justice in reverse, and we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So yeah, I just wanted to point out that for some of you, definitely moving and or just changing your home, like again, whether it's just moving out of your old place of residence and moving into a new place of residence, or whether it is actually moving further away to a completely different location. Again, a different city, a different state, a different country. It's going to differ for all of you, but I definitely feel a change in the home environment for some of you. Now, okay, so let's just start straight from the beginning. The first two cards out are the Queen of Swords with the Sun. Now, these two cards are representing what it is that you are doing right and what it is that Spirit wants you to keep doing. And with this Queen of Swords and the Sun coming out, I see that it's kind of a confirmation to what I was describing before. I see you being very determined and having a very clear focus on going after your dreams, going after what actually makes you happy, what actually brings you fulfillment and joy and pleasure in this life, because that's truly what matters. So I feel that for some of you, actually for most of you, I feel that these new values that you have kind of gathered, or what you have accumulated, they seem to be more so focused around what like fills you up with joy, rather than like what other people think is the best path for you, or what society thinks is the best path for you, or like what would bring in the most money, or what would make you the most like respectable, or give you the best title or something like that. All of these like more superficial things, I feel that you don't seem to value anymore. You don't seem to hold in such a high regard anymore. So I feel like instead of all of those things that maybe used to drive you before, or that you used to work towards, I feel that now the focus shift that I was talking about before is like it's the right thing. As I was saying, I feel like you have really aligned, and I'm getting that confirmation with the Sun over here. You are definitely on the path to success, on the path to your highest like journey. Couldn't think of the word. Your highest journey, or your highest kind of timeline. What you really, really want to do, what really fills your heart up with joy. So I feel like keeping that in mind, keeping a clear focus on what brings you that sense of fulfillment, and what really makes you light up with fire, light up with life, what it is that truly drives you, what's your passion, keeping that at the forefront of things, and keeping that as your kind of goalpost, or I'm not sure whether goalpost is the right word, but keeping that as like your compass, let's just say it like that. Keeping that as your compass is what is going to help you get there. And I also see with this Queen of Swords that at this time you are being very concrete, you are being very decisive, you are being very like focused and almost quote unquote strict, but not strict in a negative sense, but more so strict in the way that you are not letting yourself get distracted with the unnecessary details. You seem to be very determined and very dedicated and loyal to your task, to your goal. And again, I see you not shying away from any of the the hardships or any of the challenges and any of the tests that may be put on your path, because we all face challenges, and whatever we try to work towards, whatever we try to achieve, there are going to be hardships that we have to deal with, or some kind of tests that we have to overcome. And I see you doing that absolutely admirably with the Queen of Swords. So I feel like truth, integrity, and just decisiveness, those keywords seem to be coming up the most strong. And Spirit is definitely saying that that is the right way to go, and that is what you should be doing. And I also just got the message in my head that whatever other people may be saying, however other people may be trying to influence you, you just stick to your guns, you stick to your vision, and definitely keep standing up for what it is that you are trying to achieve. What is the source of your happiness? Keep standing up for it and keep fighting for it. Do not make any compromises. Do not settle for anything less. It's very important that you keep that end goal at the forefront of your mind and you keep working towards that unapologetically, okay? So definitely don't let others override you or push you aside or try and talk you out of things or try and influence you in any way, because you know exactly what it is that you want, you know exactly what it is that you're working towards, and you are on the path to success. So this is amazing. I love this for you. Now, moving on to this Three of Wands with the Five of Pentacles. These two cards are Spirit's way of saying what you should not do or what you should not draw attention to. And I feel that the one thing that Spirit definitely wants you to avoid is kind of focusing too much on the things that could go wrong, or focusing too much on the what ifs. Like, what if this fails? What if I don't succeed? What if, people think that I'm being ridiculous? Or what if no one takes me seriously? What if? Like, all of the things that could go wrong, all of the negative aspects, it's really important that you don't focus on them, that you don't draw attention to them. Because as I said, you have it figured out. You know what it is that you are doing. I feel like you actually feel it deep within, and you have it, as I said, you have it figured out. So there's no need for you to doubt yourself. And I actually, with this Two of Swords coming out in reverse, I don't really feel you doubting yourself too much, but I just feel that because you seem to be such a logical, such a rational, and just such a smart person, such a smart individual, you may be drawn towards all of the it's like you constantly try and think of things from all different angles, from all possibilities. You might actually be a Libra, or you may have very significant placements in Libra in your birth chart, like your sun, your moon, or your rising, but it doesn't have to be that way. But it's just the kind of Libran energy is coming through very strongly, or even like Gemini or Virgo, because I feel like a very driven and a very active mind coming through over here. And as I said, I feel like your mind is very easy and very quick to jump into the contingency plans and trying to prepare yourself for the worst. But I feel like at this time, Spirit is saying that, you are so on the right path. You are doing everything that you should be doing. I mean, you have the Wheel of Fortune and you have the Sun over here. These are amazing cards, and these are also pointing a lot towards the kind of the fact that you are not acting alone in this, because you are so aligned. Spirit is working very, very hard alongside you to take you to your destined path, to take you to your destined destination. I know that sounded weird, I know, but it's working alongside you to get there, to get you to the place that you are trying to reach. And I feel like the only thing that you will achieve by focusing on all of the negatives, all of the kind of the pitfalls, is just that you'll just end up discouraging yourself. You'll just end up like causing doubt within yourself when it's not necessary at all. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to be thorough. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to kind of really analyze situations and really think things through before acting upon them. But I just see it's a very straightforward message, and it's kind of the only message that I see Spirit kind of warning you against here, because it seems, as I said, it seems that everything else is like very spot on. So just kind of bear in mind and try and reel it in whenever you find your mind kind of going a bit over the top, going a bit over the edge, and spiraling into any very, very negative scenarios, anything that would make you afraid, anything that would deepen your sense of uncertainty and doubt. Okay, so no insecurities, focus on your strengths, focus on what it is that you know and what it is that you truly want. Okay, as I said, your heart is your compass at this time. So whatever fills your heart up with joy, that's the thing to strive towards. Now, these last two cards over here, we have Justice in reverse with the Four of Wands in reverse. And these two cards are talking about the little changes or adjustments that you could make that would get you to your results the best or in the most efficient way. Okay, so with this Justice and this Four of Wands in reverse, what I feel that you should kind of modify for best results is the way that you view success, or the way that you define achievements. Because I feel with this Justice card in reverse coming out over here, I feel that you may be a bit too hard on yourself, and you may set kind of almost too impossible standards for yourself, where it's like you have very clear, again, I keep hearing the word goalposts. It's like you have very clear milestones or goalposts in your head that you feel you need to hit, or that you feel you need to accomplish in order for you to view yourself as successful. And I feel what Spirit is saying here is that in truth, like you are way more accomplished than you give yourself credit for. So I feel like some of these maybe more small achievements that you have, some of these smaller successes that you experience, you may kind of brush them off as insignificant, or you may not even really consider them as successes, and instead you just kind of start working towards the new thing. But I feel what Spirit is saying here is that it's very important that you actually allow yourself to celebrate even the tiniest of victories. If something that, you know, you are working towards actually, you know, is actually successful, or you're actually able to do it, then that is cause for celebration, no matter how small the success is. And again, it's like, it's kind of twofold. When you are grateful for even the little successes and the little feats that you have, it's like a magnifying effect, or I feel like it's almost going to be multiplying. It's like sending a signal out to the universe that, you know, you are grateful for these successes, for being successful at something. And so the universe sees that this is something that, you know, you are sending a positive vibration out on. So it's going to magnify it. It's going to be bringing you more of those situations. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely very important to not brush those little successes aside, and to acknowledge every little thing that you are able to achieve, every little thing that kind of goes right as you are working towards this end goal of yours. And also, I feel that like taking the time out to really like really like to taking the time out to really enjoy the results that you have been able to get is kind of like soul food for you too. It's something that allows you to recharge your batteries and to kind of give more spark to you, to enable you to keep going and pushing forward with even more energy, with even more drive. So because yeah, I kind of feel like when you just like brush all of the small successes aside and you don't really pay attention to them, and you just keep taking on the next task, the next goal that you have, it's like it's a lot easier for you to actually burn out, or to start feeling really tired, start feeling really demotivated, because it's like you feel that you're not making any progress. You feel that you are not achieving anything. You feel that you are not getting what it is that you are trying to get, when the opposite is true, right? It's that you are taking these like little steps and you are working your way to this end result, but it's very difficult for you to see it that way. It's very difficult for you to acknowledge, because it's like I almost see you kind of like being too focused on the big picture and wanting this big end result right here, right now, and dismissing all of the little steps that it takes to actually get there. So yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself 100 times, but as I said, I feel like the thing that you could kind of modify in your approach is that you should give yourself more credit, and you should recognize the small victories more, and not be so hard on yourself, not kind of dismiss and brush aside the little achievements that you have, and you should actually give yourself the time to be proud of the little things that kind of go right for you, or that you are able to successfully carry out, and that take you one step closer to your destination or your desired goal. So yeah, actually really amazing messages coming through from Spirit. So really happy to see those. But as you can see, we have loads more cards to go through. So let's look at some oracle cards that will give us some indication as to what else Spirit wants to tell you to guide you towards your dreams. Okay, so let's start with the first oracle card. Well, oh my God, what was I saying? We have full moon completion. Yeah, exactly. You are going towards your dream, your destination, and wow. Yeah, as I said, you are on the path to success. Okay, let's get the other cards out as well. We also have Truth Be Told. And we have All That Glitters. Okay. We also have Your Commitment is Being Tested. Trust. Lizard. Fish. And the Child. Okay. Hopefully you'll be able to see all of the cards. Okay. Yeah, I see a lot of very, very positive messages from Spirit coming through over here. I mean, smack dab in the middle, we have full moon with completion. So this in and of itself is talking about you achieving some sort of goal, you being able to bring about something that you are working towards and actually seeing the results of your hard work. Now, it's also kind of tying me back to what I was just talking about with these two cards over here. So again, I do feel that every little completion that you do on your path towards your destination or your goal is worth celebrating. So I feel like the completion of the little cycles and also ultimately the huge grand cycle that you're working towards is very much the focus of like what spirit wants to talk about right now. So really, really positive message with this full moon over here. Now we have this truth be told, which is kind of like, it's very much actually dragging me back to the Libran energy that I was feeling before and that I was talking about before. And as I said, it's like with this Queen of Swords, these two almost feel linked to me. And I'm looking at this design or this image on this card, and if you can see how the window is open and all of these like heart-shaped confetti are flying out of this owl over here. An owl as a symbol of wisdom is very much tied or associated with the Queen of Swords as well. So it's clear that like what spirit wants you to keep in mind is that your truth, your vision, what is the right, like what the right thing is for you is what you should focus on. And with this trust, again, I feel that you have to trust that what you know is the right thing. What you feel is the right thing for you is in fact the right thing for you. So let that kind of heart space, as I said, let your heart space be your compass. So keeping that in mind, I feel like that is going to, it's going to keep you on the path towards your happiness, towards what it is that you're trying to do. And again, with this trust, I feel that spirit is working alongside you. You can see over here as well how this lady is cocooned in this little egg, and there are both of these, like, I think this one's definitely a duck, but I feel like this might be a goose, but I'm not sure. But anyway, those two little birds over here are keeping her safe, and I feel like it's very important for you to, again, to trust that things are going to be working out, because first of all, you yourself are so capable. You are so badass with this Queen of Swords. I feel like you are such a badass that whatever life throws on your path, you are able to like bulldoze right through it and keep going. So definitely you need to trust in your own abilities, but also trust that spirit is working as like alongside you, as I already said, and they are helping you achieve your goals. So everything is going according to plan. And again, I feel like it's also important to keep your mind out of the spirally negative, like what if scenarios that we were talking about over here. Now, with this, all that glitters, and your commitment is being tested, I actually feel like those two kind of feel a bit linked as well. So as I was saying before, it's very likely, most likely, you are going to face some challenges as you are working towards your goal. And there may be a lot of temptations. There may be things that kind of, again, distract you, or that make you hesitate, that make you question your path and whether what is truly, like what the thing is that is making you so full of joy, whether that's actually the thing that is right for you. There may be some questioning going on over here. But I feel like with this, all that glitters is, again, it's very important that you don't let that kind of sidetrack you. Because again, with this truth be told, you know exactly what it is that you want, and there's no need to doubt that. There's no need to question yourself, because with this lizard card over here as well, I get a very strong message from spirit that like your intuition is so on point. You see things very clearly at this time, and I feel like your senses are very fine-tuned as well, I want to say. It's like you can read the people around you very well. You can read the energies around you very well. You are able to decipher situations and what are the underlying energies behind those situations. So I feel like, as I said, you seem to be a very smart individual and have a very firm grasp on things, on reality, and on yourself as well, how your own inner workings are working. So it's like you have all the answers that you need. All you need to do is to just keep striving forward. And I even see it with this fish card over here and the child. I feel like, well, fish in general is a symbol of abundance and wealth and prosperity. So it's like, again, you are moving towards the right thing. But with this child over here, I feel like, again, it needs to be very pure. Your goal, your vision needs to be very pure, and stay true to your vision. Stay true to what your heart is guiding you towards, and again, just staying focused. That is the main thing, because with this, your commitment is being tested. It's clear that you are going to be put to the test in some regard, most likely by other people as well, not just like your own insecurities. So just be prepared for that and keep pushing yourself towards your ultimate dream, and you will see the results. You will get there because you are on the right path, my friend. So wow, I'm gonna leave it there. There is so much promise, there is so much abundance and prosperity and fulfillment in this reading, and I am so happy to see it. So my sweet pile number one, if you resonated with this, please do let me know. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it gave you something to consider, something to think about. I hope it encouraged you in some way. And if it did, as I said, I would love to hear from you. You can leave me a thumbs up, or you can also leave me a comment so that I could read more about how this reading resonated for you. And I would love it the most if you decided to subscribe and stick around for future readings. So definitely don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to see what other messages we will be getting for you in the future. But that's it. I am leaving you here, and if I don't see you in any of the other piles, then please take care of yourself. I am sending you guys so much love and light, and I hope to see you very soon in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number two. You guys chose the Desert Rose, and I'm going to put it right over here so that, it wouldn't be in the way. So it's just going to stay over here. Now, wow, well, let's see. We are going to start off with these three tarot cards over here, and these are going to tell us a bit about what it is that you are working towards right now, what it is that you want to achieve. Now, I also just wanted to let you know that if you are interested in any of the cards that I'm using in today's reading, you can find them listed in the description box, and you can also find a link to my personal tarot shop down below. And if you are interested in getting a personal reading, you can click on that link and go straight to my shop, and yeah, if you're interested, you can do that. But anyway, these cards over here are just giving us a bit of a glimpse into what it is that you are working towards. And as we go through this reading, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a general reading, so please only take the messages that truly resonate, and everything else you can leave behind. You know the drill, but I just wanted to say it just to be safe. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, okay, and the Ace of Pentacles upright. So let's see, what is it that you, pile number two, are working towards here? So the thing that I'm feeling for you, pile number two, is that your main goal right now is to have a fresh start. It feels like something that you were a part of before, something that you most likely invested yourself in for a very long time, something that you were working on for a very long time, it kind of like fell apart, or it fell through. It didn't really give you the results that you were looking for. So either like you yourself decided to walk away, or like the whole thing just fell apart and there was nothing else for you to do. So I kind of feel like the aim for you here is to kind of have a fresh, clean slate. Now it could be regarding like a friend group, or like it could be like a friendship thing. If you did like fall out with some people and you are wanting a reconciliation, or you're wanting to kind of like patch things up with them, you know, it could be for some of you. But I more strongly feel that this is, again, like more so dedicated to work or some kind of like career thing, because it's so pentacle heavy. So it's like I feel that you might have either like quit your job because like maybe it wasn't the right fit for you, or maybe like the people you weren't really vibing with your colleagues, or with the kind of the culture in the company that you're working at. Could be something like that. But I just feel that whatever the specifics are of like what happened recently for you, I feel that now you are set on turning a new leaf, turning over a new page, and getting a fresh new beginning, and kind of leaving the past in the past. Yeah, I also feel that for some of you, like the thing that you were working towards before, the thing that you were invested in, it wasn't really bringing you the sense of fulfillment that you would like. So it's like now you are after something that would be a bit more rewarding, and that would kind of like fill you up more, or bring you something more substantial in return. Because I'm getting the sense that whatever it is, whether it was whether it was a relationship, could have been romantic or otherwise, or it could have been a work situation, whatever it was that you were invested in, I feel like it wasn't really like giving you the sense of fulfillment that you were expecting. Or it's like you are now having some like higher standards, or you have really kind of raised the bar, and you're not really accepting anything subpar in your life anymore. So it's like, I feel you being more driven to achieve something that is actually valuable, something that is actually promising, and something that is actually more stable and more long lasting. So you seem to be pushed forward or driven by like long-term stability, or kind of looking more towards future, and looking to kind of really root yourself, or really ground yourself, and really be like stable, be secure in the long term, rather than looking for like very quick fixes, really quick emotional, like how should I say it, rather than looking for like little snippets of joy that don't actually last very long, and that are not actually too sincere and too like stable. So yeah, it's I'm also getting like, if this is a relationship scenario for you, then I am definitely getting the sense that whatever it was that kind of fell apart, it wasn't very serious, or it wasn't very committed. And I feel like now you are wanting to kind of more go towards this serious and committed path. And you're kind of done with the flimsy in but also out at the same time, like that kind of attitude. I feel like you're kind of done with that. And yeah, as I said, it just feels like a raising of standards or raising of expectations of what it is that you want your own life to be and what it is that you expect from others who are a part of your life. So yeah, it's like anything that doesn't really match up to that, any people who don't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, and anything that doesn't like pay you back, quote unquote, like pay you back in energy, that would be parallel to the energy that you put into it. It's not really worth your time. You're not interested in those kinds of things anymore. So it's very like grown up, very, again, very forward looking, very future focused, and kind of getting more serious is what I'm feeling here. So there is definitely a bit of a maturing energy here, and regardless of how old you are, it just feels like something is getting a bit more serious now. Something like your intentions are becoming more serious, they're becoming more solid and stable, and yeah, it's you just mean business, and you are not willing to put up with anything like silly or inconsequential, or like I just feel like there's no more fooling around, and you really want things to be secure, to kind of be in control, and kind of really take the reins of your own life. So as I said, it feels so like so on top of shit, and it just feels very, I don't know, like you're handling things and you're not putting up with any silliness. So it's really, yeah, very mature energy is definitely what I'm feeling here. And leaving the past in the past, and moving forward. So it seems that your desires are very much like high level is basically what I'm feeling here. But let's look at what kind of advice. Oh, hang on. We should have one more card. There we go. We have loads of cards to still go through, so I'm going to kind of try and speed this up. But we have some more tarot cards now that we're going to look at, and these are going to be messages from Spirit to kind of guide you forward in your approach as you are trying to achieve this new beginning, this kind of more solid, planting more solid seeds for the future. So let's see what Spirit has for you. Wow, we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, with the Three of Cups in reverse, what was I saying? As I said, like definitely something fell apart, something dissolved, and it's kind of a confirmation here with this Three of Swords. Yeah, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So we're definitely for some of you, this is a relationship scenario, or at least something that involves people who were very close to you or who you felt a lot for. We also have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles upright. So let me get the cards in place, and then I am going to talk you through what all of these positions actually mean. So the first two cards over here with this Three of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse, these two are messages from Spirit that talk about what you should keep doing, what it is that you are doing right. And with this Three of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse, I actually feel that this King of Cups in reverse is someone else. I feel that you are represented by this Knight of Pentacles, and this King of Cups might have been a part of this Three of Cups, or they could be just symbolized by this energy. But I definitely see that some kind of relationship or some kind of situation that involved someone else Could have been a water sign. This is a card of Scorpio, but it could also be a Cancer or a Pisces, or they could have very like significant placements in those water signs. But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying the astrological signs in case they resonate with you. But if they don't, that's fine. They don't mean anything to, they're not that important, okay? But with this Three of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse, I definitely feel that Spirit is saying, you know, you did the right thing. You did the right thing by walking away. You did the right thing by leaving this situation in the past. And again, whether it was your own decision, whether you were the one who decided to leave, or whether the situation kind of broke apart and it was kind of more so out of your hands, regardless, Spirit wants you to know that it fell apart because it was supposed to fall apart. It was not in alignment with your highest good. So it's like you kind of got the lesson that you were meant to get from this, and now it's time to turn your back on it. So I feel like the energy that I was describing before as what I feel that you are doing is what Spirit is saying, that, you know, you're doing the right thing. You are exactly on the right path here, and taking this approach of like turning your back on the past and turning over a new leaf, focusing on the future, focusing on like looking forward and trying to uplift your life, trying to elevate the quality of your life, and actually raising the standards for what you want your life to be and what kind of relationships you want to have in your life. That is the right way to go. And I almost feel like Spirit is kind of like confirming that that's the reason why this thing fell apart in the first place. It was so that you could see how, you know, how you deserve so much better, or how there are better things ahead for you, and how you should expect more from your life or from your work or from your relationships, whatever this pertains to specifically for you. But I feel that Spirit is saying that, you know, this was a valuable lesson for you. So I feel like the way that you were handling this and not getting sucked into like an emotional drama, or not getting stuck in what happened, and are actually, you know, as you are focused on moving forward, that's the right thing. That's exactly the best thing for you, and you should definitely keep doing that. Now, I'm also feeling if this King of Cups is the individual who was involved with you, or who was involved in the situation that fell apart, I definitely feel that you shouldn't really, like, what Spirit is saying here is that keeping that person away or separating yourself from that person is the best way for you. So as I said, like, I kind of felt this energy of reconciliation, that maybe some of you are hoping for a reconciliation again, whether with like friends who you fell out with, whether with like old colleagues who you separated from or you're not in contact with anymore, whether it's like some kind of toxic family members, or whether it's some kind of like toxic partner. If you are having some sort of idea of a reconciliation, or hoping for things to kind of you know, smooth over and reconnecting with them, then I feel like Spirit is kind of saying that it's best not to go down that route, because again, it's like I feel that the future has something much better in store for you. So again, whatever happened for a reason, and whatever fell apart for a reason. So there's no need for you to kind of dwell in that and to beat yourself up over it, because it was supposed to happen. So if you are still kind of feeling some remnants of that energy, if you're still kind of feeling a bit low and are maybe having a more difficult time getting over the situation, then I feel that this is like Spirit's way of consoling you and just letting you know that there is nothing that you could have really done to prevent this situation. because as I said, it was meant to fall apart. It wasn't meant to come with you as you are moving towards the future and as you are building your future from this point forward. So again, distancing yourself from the past, letting the past kind of hurt, healing yourself from it, and letting whoever was involved in this situation, letting them stay in the past is the best way to go here. Now, with this Four of Cups in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse, these two cards are talking about what you shouldn't really do, or what Spirit is not, or what Spirit is suggesting for you to avoid. And with both of these cards, I am again getting the sense that Spirit doesn't want you to wallow. It's like, that's one of the reasons why I was saying that I feel that for some of you, it may be very difficult to like accept the situation and move forward, even though I feel like this is what you really want. At least like, yeah, I kind of feel like that's what all of you want, is like you want to move forward from whatever this was that fell apart, and you want things to kind of stabilize and move forward in a more secure fashion. I feel like that's something that all of you want, but I do definitely feel that some of you are having an easier time releasing this situation and moving forward than others. And for those of you who are really struggling, who are really like, if you're beating yourself up over what happened, or if you are going over the scenario 1,000 times in your head and imagining how the situation could have played out differently, then Spirit is definitely saying to, to stop doing that, to stop torturing yourself, to let it go, because again, it was supposed to happen. There is nothing that you could have done to prevent it. If it hadn't fallen apart this way, it would have happened somehow, some other time, in some other way. It just would have. So definitely wallowing and or like self-blaming or self-pitying, like those kinds of emotions, Spirit definitely wants you to be careful with. And I know it's like easier said than done. So it's like, if you feel something, it's not just like pushing a switch, right? And like instantly not feeling it anymore. So clearly, if you are feeling something emotionally very like deep and heavy, then there's nothing else for you to do really than to just feel it and deal with it, and then try and move forward as best as you can. But try not to get stuck in it, I feel like is what Spirit is saying here, the strongest. And what I'm also feeling with this Page of Swords in reverse over here is that if you are feeling like, especially if like whatever took place, whatever happened, bruised your ego in some way or really hurt you on some level, then like if you're feeling a sense of like wanting to kind of push back, or wanting to what's the word I'm trying to say? I can't think of it right now. But if you kind of want like revenge, is basically the easiest way to say this. If you were thinking of ways to kind of pay the person back, or pay the people back who hurt you or who mistreated you or whatever exactly happened, then I feel like Spirit is saying that it's best to kind of let those thoughts and plans go, because I feel like they are not going to bring you the effect that you are hoping that they will. It's like, it may feel good in the moment, but I feel like in the long run, they are actually going to make you feel worse and possibly even guilty. So it's definitely better to, again, as I said over here with this Three of Swords and King of Cups, it's better to leave the past in the past, to let the situation be, to let it go and just let it be what it is, and focus on the future, focus on this new fresh beginning, and focus on what you want your future to look like, and starting to work towards that. Because as I said, it feels like this was very, very recent. It feels like this breaking apart thing happened very recently, and this like new beginning is still very fresh, almost in like its infancy. And that's why I feel like a lot of you, or at least some of you, maybe not a lot of you, but at least some of you are definitely struggling with moving forward, or with like releasing this, whatever the situation was, because it's just so fresh. But yeah, definitely what Spirit is saying here is that it's okay to feel these emotions. It's okay to feel anger. It's okay to feel like you want to pay these people back, especially if someone like actually did some kind of injustice towards you. It's absolutely fine to feel that and to have those kinds of emotions and thoughts, but just don't act on them is what Spirit is saying. Don't act on them. Don't succumb to these impulses and let yourself get dragged into this very low vibrational energy, because it's very easy to do that from a place of hurt. It's very easy to lash out and want to hurt other people because you yourself are hurting. But it's not going to, as I said, it's not going to magically swipe the pain away. The pain is still going to be there, even if you end up hurting someone else. It's just not worth it. And that's really what Spirit is saying here. So rather than like sitting in this resentment, or sitting in these like negative emotions and trying to figure out ways to kind of kick back, or do something from your side to hurt the other side, rather than staying at that kind of energy, it's best to put your focus on, as I said, turning over a new leaf and focusing on your own future, your own abundance, your own security. And that's that. So looking at these last two cards over here with the Hanged Man in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles, these two cards are messages from Spirit talking about the things that you could modify or adjust in your approach to achieving this new beginning that you're after. And these are just suggestions for you to kind of change or fine tune a bit so that you could reach the results in the best way. And with these two cards, it's kind of the same message again. So I'm not going to stop on this for too long, because the message is kind of the same. I feel like the most important thing for you is to start visualizing what it is that you want. Like really focus on the lesson that you have learned here with the Hanged Man in reverse. First of all, that's like the first step. Focus on the lesson that you have learned here and try and like make sense of it for yourself, and try and make peace with it, and kind of piece together for yourself why this had to happen. As I said, this was something that was kind of inevitable, because you were kind of it was supposed to turn you towards a new path. It was supposed to teach you a lesson and push you towards this new fresh beginning that you are now after. So it was all part of the plan. But it's important for you to kind of realize it for yourself, to make sense of it for yourself, and to accept it for yourself. And only then you will be able to actually start putting your energy and putting your effort into working towards your desired future. And that's really what Spirit is saying that you should do here. That's what Spirit wants you to do, is to put your energy, put your time, and all of this like planning and coming up with ideas and all of that you that some of you may be trying to do regarding this, whatever this past situation was. Spirit is suggesting that you put all of that energy and all of that focus into the future, that you really like accept this lesson that you have gone through, see it for what it was, make peace with it, and then focus on moving forward with this newfound knowledge and newfound wisdom that you now have, with this fresh new perspective and this kind of new mindset, this more, I'm kind of feeling, I'm hearing in my head like open eyes. It's like you now have open eyes to something that you maybe didn't have before. So definitely Spirit is suggesting that putting that kind of new perspective into action, putting it to use and working towards that. Because again, none of this was an accident. None of this was like a coincidence. I definitely get the sense that, especially because of this Hanged Man over here, I definitely get the sense that, again, this was a very crucial part of your journey, and you kind of had to go through this to be prepared for the next stages in your life that you are moving towards next. So this was kind of like an elevation in a way, even though it might have felt like a tower moment, like a crumbling down, like everything is dissolving around you and underneath you. The effect might have been really like traumatizing or really like negative. But I feel like the thing that this event actually prepared you for is absolutely amazing. And I feel like you will be really grateful for it in the future when you actually start seeing like what you traded in this past situation for in the future. That sounded so complex and so confusing. I'm sorry, but that's truly like, I don't know how else to word it. It's like you will see why this thing had to fall away when this new thing that you are moving towards next is going to take its place. I hope that made more sense. So yeah, as I said, I'm not going to really like go on and on and on about these two cards because it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. I really feel like that's truly what all of these cards are saying. They're pointing me back to this one main thing, one main key message, and that is for you to put your focus on the future, stay focused on this new path, and try and make peace with whatever happened, and take as much time as you need. There's no rush. No one is saying that you have to get over it like today, but this is just Spirit giving you advice and giving you some guidance on how to best deal with the situation and how to get to your desired result the quickest and in the most effective way. So yeah, just pay attention to what you are feeling and feel them, of course, but then try and make peace with them and with the situation. See what you have learned, see what this situation taught you. Try and distance yourself from what happened, from the people involved. Try and distance yourself from the past and focus on this new standard of living that you are trying to achieve, that you are wanting to set for yourself moving forward, and start working towards that. Okay? So yeah, that's really the main messages here. But we are not done just yet. Pile number 2, we are not done. We are also going to look at some oracle cards that Spirit has for you regarding the situation and regarding your desired result. So let's see what else Spirit wants to tell you. Wow, we have Lotus Flower Unfoldment. Yeah, I feel like, and I love that we're getting the Lotus Flower specifically because, as I said, I feel like this is part of your journey. This is a very crucial step in your growth, and it was kind of supposed to happen. And just like the lotus flower is associated with spiritual awakening and just spirituality and bliss, and it's a very sacred symbol in a lot of ways. So I love that that's the card that is coming out for you, because it's almost like a soothing message from Spirit, letting you know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And just like the lotus flower, you know, so many people talk about the lotus flowers like journey through the muck and the dirt and the murky waters to reach the the kind of the surface of the water, and so that it could blossom, you know. And it's not pretty. The kind of the base, the foundation from which the lotus flower emerges, it's not pretty, but what comes out of it, what surfaces and pushes through the muck, is absolutely stunning and beautiful. So I feel like that's kind of parallel to what you are experiencing here. It's like your journey towards your desired result, your journey towards your destination may not be pretty. It may be like difficult and very challenging at times, and very like disheartening at times, but the end result is going to blow you away, is kind of what I'm feeling. So just trust the process is what I also want to say. Wow. Okay. Go the distance. Yeah, exactly what I was saying, or what I don't know. Yeah, well, anyway. Yeah, go the distance. I don't feel like I have to even explain it that much more, because as I said, like, you just kind of have to work towards what it is that you want, this new fresh beginning and this more stable and solid and secure life for you. And you just kind of have to keep pushing. Oh, wow. And we have to the sea, which is so interesting that we're getting a lot of water. A lot of watery energies coming through. You may be a water sign as well. You may have a very prevalent water like placement in your chart. For some reason I've heard rising, so your rising sign may be a water sign. Again, Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces, but it doesn't have to be. Again, if it doesn't apply, then, you know, don't get too caught up in that. But I'm just getting this very heavy watery energy here. But yeah, with To the Sea as well, you're getting two very strong cards of like movement and journey. Actually, with this unfoldment as well, as I was saying, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And like, you will see the reason behind the veil, right? The sun, like, you will see the happiness, you will see the result. In the end, it's just the journey itself, I feel like, is what you kind of have to focus on right now. Okay, let's see. Oh my God, and you have another card of Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. I'm actually going to keep it over here because, yeah, I definitely feel that this is tying into this Four of Cups energy and the Page of Swords energy and all of that I was talking about before. It's time to release negativity. It's time to let go of the past, make peace with it, and move on. It's kind of saying the same thing. And we have peace. Yeah, peace. Oh my God. I can't even remember how many times I said the word making peace with what happened, but peace is coming through again. So, wow. I love how the cards are just coming together so beautifully. Oh, and we have B. Love that for you. Very, very sweet energy. And for the last cards, yeah, okay. We have Coffin and we have the Moon. Okay, so yeah, straight off with the Coffin coming out, not surprised at all, because the whole reading is centered around something ending, something falling apart. So not shocked to see this at all. But oh my goodness, I do definitely, like, with this Moon card and with the B card, it's kind of clear to me that it's like, it's very important for you to focus on your kind of what you feel called to do at this time. Especially with the Moon, I feel like your feelings, your emotions and your intuition, they are truly talking to you very, very clearly at this time. And I feel like, again, it's important for you to pay attention to your emotions, not to disregard them or not to try and suppress them or anything like that, because that doesn't help anybody. Least of all you, right? But I feel that it's kind of also important for you to kind of pay attention to where your emotions are dragging you. And again, if you feel yourself kind of getting sucked into this negativity, this like pettiness or resentment or revenge, or like those kinds of more more low vibrational, more heavy energies. Again, as I said, I don't want anyone to feel like they are not allowed to feel those emotions, because all emotions are valid and they exist for a reason, right? If we weren't supposed to feel them, they wouldn't exist. So it's okay to feel them. But again, it's like, it's important that you don't let yourself get carried away, and that you try and like make peace. Again, with this word peace, it's very important that you try and make peace with the situation and make peace with your emotions, and focus on, like, again, releasing this negativity, letting it go so that it wouldn't consume you, and so that you wouldn't waste your precious energy on things that don't actually deserve putting your energy into them. It's not worth investing yourself into. It's much better for you to, again, to the seed, to kind of push forward, to go into new terrains, and to see what else is out there, what is going to come out of this lotus flower unfolding, what is going to come out of this path that you are on unfolding. And with this bee over here as well, I feel like it's kind of a twofold message. I feel like it is a lot of work for you. It's definitely, as I said, it's definitely a lot easier said than done to let go of the past, to make peace with it, to forgive yourself. And even if you don't want to forgive other people, just going through forgiveness for the sake of you, for the sake of being able to move on and not being held back by the past. Like, it's definitely a lot of work. And as I said, easier said than done. But it's going to be so beneficial for you. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why this message keeps coming up for you. But I also feel that the other message with this bee is that things are going to be turning around for you, that things are going to be kind of getting more bright, getting more happy, getting more joyous, and you will see like positivity again. Even though right now, as I said, it's like you are kind of in the murky waters of this lotus flower, and you're making your way through all of this like mud and dirt that is floating around in the water, and you kind of have to push yourself through that nasty bit so that you could reach the surface and reap the rewards. So again, it is work, but Spirit is definitely encouraging you to keep pushing, to keep going, and to focus on your achievements and on your like pursuing your path forward rather than getting stuck in the past, because you can definitely get the results that you are like dreaming of, and reaching this newfound standard that you are now wanting to go towards, or that you are now hoping for as you're moving forward, and as you are leaving all of this past stuff in the past, and kind of really turning up the level of quality in your life. And again, please don't take it the wrong way. I don't want to insinuate that there was something wrong with your quality of life before, but I just, as I said, there seems to be this elevating, there seems to be this maturing and kind of like stepping up towards more fulfillment, more abundance, more prosperity, and more fulfillment in general. So you are, as I said, it seems that your path is definitely kind of going in the right direction, and it's just crucial for you not to get sucked into the vortex of the past and the pain and all of those more heavy negative energies. So you can definitely do it. You can definitely get to the life of your dreams, but you just have to trust the process and believe that it's all happening according to plan. But oh boy, this was a mouthful, pile number 2. This was definitely something else, and I absolutely feel this heaviness with you. I can absolutely sympathize, and I'm so sorry that you have experienced something more difficult, and I know that it's not easy, but Spirit is definitely trying to encourage you here, and I hope that these messages made you feel a bit more secure in the experiences that you have had, and hopefully they are encouraging you to, again, put your energy and put your focus into something a bit more beneficial for you. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, pile number 2. I thank you so much for spending this time with me and for watching this reading. If you did enjoy it and if you got something useful or beneficial from this, I would love it if you let me know. You can give me a thumbs up or you can leave me a comment in the comment section. And I would love it the most if you decided to subscribe and stick around for future readings as well. I would love to hang out with you. But yeah, if I don't see you in any of the other piles, then I am sending you guys so much love and light. Please take care of yourselves, and I truly hope to see you guys very soon in my next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys chose the Carnelian, and I'm just going to put it right over here so that it would be on the side here, wouldn't get in our way, and we could get into your messages. Now, before we get into the cards, a few quick disclaimers. If you're interested in any of the decks that I'm using, you can find them listed in the description box, and you can also find listed in the description box my shop's link where you can get a personal reading with me. So if you want a personal reading from me, just go into the description box, find the link, and you will be able to order it from my shop. Because this reading, my dear friends, is still a general one. So all of the messages coming through here may not resonate with your current circumstances, and that's absolutely fine, because I channel several messages that may resonate with whoever chose this specific pile. So if anything comes through and it doesn't really resonate with your story, don't try and make it fit. Don't force anything. Just take the parts that you truly do resonate with and take those, and everything else you can discard. Okay? So even though you know it, I'm sure that most of you know this drill, but I still have to go through it just in case. But let's look at what it is that you are working towards right now, and where is your energy focused. Oh, wow, the Emperor. Why am I not surprised? With the Carnelian stone especially, the Emperor is just like, it's almost too predictable. We also have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, my pile number 3. So, I mean, let's just be straight here and say what this really is, right? Because I feel like if you chose this pile, you are someone who doesn't really muck about, and you say what you mean and you mean what you say, and you like go after things and you make shit happen, and you create change, and you influence people, and you step up and take on the leadership role, and you are just someone who I feel like is a very strong individual. So yeah, your energy is definitely coming through very intensely, and it is very powerful, let me just say. So yeah, what I feel for you, pile number 3, is that you are on a mission to create your dream life no matter what. And I feel like you just seem to know what it is that you want, and you just seem to know what is what, and you seem to have a very firm grasp on the world and how the world works. I feel like you are not very, you don't seem to be very confused by things, or very like disillusioned. That's not the right word. But you know, it's like you're not very like easily caught up in any like fantasies or any like hazy energy. I feel like it's like it's very difficult to fool you, because you just know what's up, and you know exactly what you want, and you know exactly what it takes to get what it is that you want. And even if you don't, you always manage to find a solution to your problems, or find someone who knows what it is that you need to know. So as I said, it's like you just have a firm grasp on things, and you're just a very capable human being, someone who is just very admirable. And I feel like the thing that you are, as I said, it's like the thing that you're working towards right now is making the life of your dreams come true. And kind of, it's almost like I see this like trailblazing energy or this bulldozing energy where like you, let me just say it like this. You are no one's bitch. I can't say it in any other way. I'm sorry. You are no one's, like, no one really bosses you around. I feel like you are very secure, very safe in your own decisions, in what you think is right, what you stand for, what you value, and what you believe in. And there is not a lot of like compromising or negotiating on those things. I feel like you have a very firm grasp on what it is that you want out of life, what you feel that is your kind of destined path, or what it is that you are supposed to do, and what kind of legacy you are supposed to leave. So it's just, there's no, I don't even know what else to say, because you just have your goal and you are working towards it. Now, it doesn't really matter like what kind of goal it is specifically. Like, it could be, for a lot of you, I'm kind of feeling a more like a business venture thing coming through here because of this Emperor card. Very strong, like, as I said, leadership, managerial, that kind of energy, just taking control of things. That's coming through very heavily. So for a lot of you, it could be that you are trying to establish a business, or you're trying to like build something from the ground up and do your own thing, because as I said, it's like you don't really answer to anybody. Like, you make the rules for yourself and you follow the rules that you have set for yourself, and just very independent and very self-reliant. So yeah, it's like you against the world is kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. So definitely like a business or an enterprise for some of you, but it doesn't have to be. If you're not interested in that, then it could just be that you may be like the head of a family, or you may be the one who like manages a family, or who really takes care of a lot of things and takes care of a lot of people. It may also talk about some kind of like relationship. It could be a marriage, but I mean, like, as I said, I just more strongly feel that this is career oriented, but it could also be talking about a relationship. So if that's the case, if like this is a marriage situation or something like that, then I just feel like you know exactly what kind of marriage you want. You're willing to put in the work, and you kind of want to make it like the best, most efficient, very like honest and transparent and reliable and steady relationship, or a very secure marriage. So yeah, whatever this is, right? As I said, because this could be talking about so many different things, but the major, in the grand scheme of things, this is just you working towards getting the life that you want, and not really willing to negotiate or settle for anything less, and not getting sidetracked or distracted by the nitty-gritty and everything that is like unimportant and insignificant. So yeah, this is so powerful. As I said, I'm actually like, it's kind of making me laugh a bit, because it's like, I'm not even sure why you are watching this reading, because like, you have it all figured out and you're doing your own thing, and I don't even know why I'm telling you anything, because you probably don't even need it. But I mean, at the same time, it's always good to get a bit of a confirmation, or like just some kind of reassurance, right, from spirit, saying that yes, you know what you're doing, and just keep doing it. So that's kind of what I feel like this reading is really about. But hey, who knows? Maybe spirit is going to surprise me. So let's see what kind of messages of like guidance or support or advice spirit has for you to help you get you to this dream life of yours that you are working towards. So let's see. We have Ace of Wands. Oh, sorry. Actually, that's something that I wanted to point out, and I think I forgot, because it came to me at one point and then it just kind of went away. the thing, like when I talk about like wanting to achieve your dream life and getting what it is that you want, I feel like it's almost like all encompassing. It's like you want something very concrete in all areas of your life. So yeah, that's why I feel like nothing really specific is coming through. It's because maybe the thing that you are after is kind of involving all of these different areas. So you may be trying to like gain control and a position of power in your, okay, not a position of power, sorry, that sounded really bad and that's not at all what was intended here. It's like you're trying to make stuff happen and bring about the ideal situations or the ideal conditions for you in your relationships, in your home life, in your career, like all aspects. That's what I was trying to say. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. So, okay, we're starting off with the Ace of Wands. Really good start. Oh, wow. And the Two of Wands is coming up next. Cool. Okay, let's see what else. We have the the Queen of Cups in reverse. We have the Six of Cups. Interesting. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, oh my goodness. Why am I not surprised? Look at all of this fire coming through. I mean, you have 4 Wands cards out of the 6. So definitely very fiery energy coming through. You may actually be a fire sign yourself. So that would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But you don't have to be. So don't get caught up in the astrological signs that I am bringing up in this reading. Just take them as like extra information. If they resonate, that is awesome. If they don't, then it's absolutely fine. Doesn't really mean anything, okay? But yeah, definitely a lot of fire coming through with these cards and a lot of power, a lot of passion, a lot of initiation is also what I feel. But let me kind of walk you through what these cards symbolize. So we're starting off with the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. So these two cards over here are Spirit talking about the things that you are doing right or that you're doing very well. And it's Spirit kind of giving you, again, assurance as to the things that you should keep doing because they are taking you to where you want to go. So with this Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands, it's very clear to me that this drive, that this passion, that this fire that is burning in your belly and that is pushing you forward is very much directing you in the right direction. Because with the Two of Wands, I feel like it's almost saying that, whatever this passion is, whatever you want to achieve is something that you are absolutely capable of achieving. It's like almost with this Two of Wands, it's almost like the world is your oyster. So just take your pick, choose whatever it is that you want to do. And I also feel with this Two of Wands that Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to, and I don't really feel like you're afraid, but Spirit is kind of saying that, don't be afraid to put your toes in like unfamiliar waters or to test something completely out of your comfort zone. Because I feel like it's almost like everything that you have gone through in the past, all of the experiences that you have racked up, they have prepared you for this. They have prepared you for your future, and they have laid this very, very solid foundation for you from which you are able to like make pretty much anything happen, really. I kind of feel with these two cards over here that Spirit is almost like saying that, you can do anything. And I know it sounds so cliche. Trust me, I know. But it's like, it almost feels like Spirit is saying that you don't really need anyone's help. You don't really need Spirit's help because it's like it's all within you. It is, you have it all. Like this fire, this drive within you is all that you need to be able to find the solutions that you need to find. And honestly, I'm just kind of getting the sense that that again, it's like you don't really even need this reading. Oh, I know it sounds so strange, but I honestly feel like you don't really even need this reading because you have such a kind of a strong hold, a strong grip on what it is that you're doing. I'm actually kind of getting a bit of a similar vibe to pile number 1. So if you were kind of like couldn't decide between this one and pile number 1, then there may be some interesting bits for you in pile number 1 too. But this feels like even more assured, even more confident than pile number 1 did. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say, because it's, as I said, it's like Spirit is saying that you have it all. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. And again, like if any new opportunities present themselves to you, if there are some cool, unexpected, like, I don't know, experiences for you or something for you to kind of try out, then Spirit is definitely saying to go for it and to try it out, because honestly, I feel like you can't really go wrong, is what I'm saying here. It's like you're driven, very, very in control of things energy. This passion that you have and this determination that you have is clearly your road to success. You're doing it. So again, Spirit is saying, you've got this. You absolutely got this. But now, these two cards are kind of interesting, because we have this Queen of Cups in reverse and we have this Six of Cups. Now, these two cards are talking about what Spirit wants you to avoid, or what Spirit wants you to stop doing, because these energies are not really helping your cause. They're not helping you move towards what it is that you want. So with this Queen of Cups in reverse and the Six of Cups, I'm definitely getting a bit of a nostalgic vibe over here, where you may be at times like emotionally invested in the past, in what you've already gone through. And it may be that that there's like something that you kind of want to hold on to, but that's something, whether it be like a past person or some kind of like memory or some kind of place, I don't know, something from the past that you still feel rather attached to. It could be kind of holding you back a bit, because with this Two of Wands over here and this Ace of Wands, both of these cards actually, I'm getting a very strong message that like you are meant to keep moving forward. You're meant to keep focusing on where you want to go next, what you want to achieve and experience next. And so like this nostalgic streak, especially if it's like, if there's some kind of very specific person that you still kind of feel hung up on from the past, it doesn't have to mean that you were involved with them romantically. It could also just be a friend or someone who, someone from the past who you still like can't really let go of completely, or who's still in your mind at times. Maybe it's someone even who, I'm kind of getting the message here that for some of you it could be that this person was like the one who got away or something. It's like, if it's not talking about a person, then it's something that you were hoping that would happen, or something that you wish that you had like taken an opportunity on, but maybe there was like an opportunity that you missed, and so now you're thinking of like, oh, what could have been, or if only I had tried this, and like it's like those kinds of things, those kinds of thoughts. That's for like some of you. Again, whether it's something like some kind of opportunity that you didn't take, or whether it's some kind of person from the past that like you kind of let go or let fall through your fingers, or something like that, some kind of like used opportunity or missed opportunity or something like that is coming through here. But it's definitely tied to the past, and something that you still kind of think back on very fondly. But again, it's like Spirit is saying here that it's best not to dwell on like the things that didn't happen, or the things that could have happened, or even if they are memories of things that did happen. It's best for you to focus on moving forward. It's best for you not to get stuck in the memories, in this like nostalgic, dreamy energy. Even though, as I said, it kind of feels a bit odd, because your energy just feels so determined and like so powerful and direct, and then this energy feels like something completely different. So it might be something that you don't do very often. It might be like these thoughts or these feelings of like longing or missing something from the past, or missing someone from the past, missing like the good old days, or something like when things were easier. Again, take it as it resonates, right? But I feel like those kinds of moments are, what's the expression? Like far and few in between, or far and few between, few and far in between, whatever it is. Like those kinds of moments are not very, they don't happen often, I feel like. But I almost feel like whenever they do, it's like they kind of put a stopper on things, or they kind of like, it's like you are on full mode, like you are fully like geared up and ready to go, and you are just propelling yourself forward. You are on this path, and then once this kind of energy kicks in, it's like you're hitting the brakes, and it's like everything slows down, and you're kind of taking yourself out of this really motivated and driven energy. So because all of the other things, all of this other energy over here is very like fiery, very passionate, and almost like very masculine as well. Even though, please don't get caught up in the gender, you can be a female as well. We're not talking about males and females specifically, we're just talking about masculine energy, which we all have. So it feels very masculine, the majority of this reading. But then this, like this Queen of Cups in reverse with the Six of Cups, feels very like emotional and very deeply dwelling. Yeah, it's completely different from this other energy, and I feel like it's almost like this energy almost like catches you off guard, or it when it comes over you, it's like it disrupts everything. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this is, but I definitely feel like it's something from, I'm not gonna start repeating myself, so I'm just gonna say that it's something from the past and take it as it resonates, okay? So you fill in the gaps as to what this thing from the past is, or what kind of like romantic thought this is referring to, that is like kind of slowing down your progress, or that is making you dwell on something that you have already left behind. Or some kind of like missed opportunities or something like that. So yeah, that's definitely something. Just to kind of sum it up, that's the energy that Spirit wants you to be mindful of, and that Spirit wants you to not get sucked into, because it's just slowing you down, and it's just kind of holding you back, is pretty much what Spirit is saying here. And then we have these last two cards with the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands. It's very interesting that you're going like in sequence like that. It's very interesting. Yeah, these two cards over here are Spirit saying what you can modify, or what you can kind of change and tweak a bit in your approach towards getting what it is that you want, which in your case is like creating your dream life. These two cards are talking about what Spirit suggests that you kind of change or adjust in your approach, so that you could get the best results. And I definitely feel that with the Eight of Wands coming out in reverse over here, Spirit wants you to be mindful of rushing. Now, I feel like it's a very, very important message because this Knight of Swords over here is the center card. And the Knight of Swords is like very fast moving energy. It's almost like the kind of energy that makes your head spin, where you can't fully even make sense of everything that is happening because it's just so hasty, right? And even on this card, you can see how there's the Knight of Swords in the middle, and then there are these two like almost like shadowy like shadows of him. It's like he's moving so quickly that it's like this blurry energy, and it's very hard to keep track. Now, I don't want you to mix up the previous energy that I was just talking about, where I was saying that, you know, the past situations or some kind of like past dwellings are holding back your progress or like slowing you down. I don't want you to get that mixed up with this energy of slowing down that I'm talking about with the Eight of Wands, because this is just talking about, this Eight of Wands is more specifically talking about you like really going through your steps before actually taking them, rather than like putting a hold on things, right? Or I hope that makes sense. I hope that you get what I'm trying to say here. Is like the past is holding you back, but moving forward, what Spirit is advising you to do is that, like, it's great that you know what it is that you're doing. And it's great that you know exactly what it is that you want, and you are not afraid to just kind of go after it. But I do feel like there kind of has to be some time for like readjusting yourself or reevaluating things, and just kind of slowing down every now and then to just take stock of everything that is happening. And kind of gathering your energy before you push forward, because it's, again, I'm getting the sense that you may run the risk of like burning out, because you are just so heavily pushing forward towards what it is that you want to achieve, that you're not really allowing yourself to have the time to unwind and to relax and to de-stress and all of that, because it is rather stressful constantly like pushing forward and achieving things and making things happen. It takes a lot of energy out of you, especially if you are someone who has to deal with other people as well, and who has to be responsible for other people, who has to manage other people. It's not easy. And I feel like it's just Spirit's way of saying that, you know, it doesn't have to all happen like super quick. It's better for you to like keep working as you are, right? As I said, this powerful energy that is pushing you forward, it's amazing, and you should really take advantage of that. But just don't let it like completely consume you to the point where, again, you feel like burnt out, where you don't have the time to regenerate, where you don't have the time to pull yourself kind of together and recharge your batteries. So that's definitely something that Spirit wants you to pay attention to, because I do feel like you have been through a lot, and there is still a bit of a way for you to go. So it's not like a race. That's something that is very important for you to keep reminding yourself of. This is not a race. It's not like who gets to their dream life the fastest, or who manages to achieve the most the fastest. It's not a competition, because again, everyone's journey is different, and whenever you arrive at your desired destination, that's the right time for you. So just be mindful of your energy and about like pushing yourself too far, pushing yourself to a breaking point, because again, I feel like there's quite a way for you to go still before you are able to like fulfill all of your dreams that you have for you regarding all of your different areas of life. So just take your time and enjoy the process, because think of it that way. Once you achieve what it is that you want, what then? You know? What are you going to do then? So it's all about the journey rather than the destination, is kind of what Spirit is saying here as well. So just enjoy the process. And I also feel that it's important for you to know that you are already very successful. You are already very accomplished, and you have achieved a lot to be proud of. And again, the only way is like up for you. I feel like there is, look at like what Spirit is saying that you're doing right, which is that, you know, you are going after things, you're making things happen, and you're really putting your inspiration and your creativity and your drive to use, and you're creating results, which is amazing. But again, don't forget what this is about, and don't let yourself get like sidetracked by your ambition or by this drive that you have into a state of like frenzy, or into a state of just driving yourself crazy because there's so much happening, and you're trying to like get to your result as quickly as possible. So yeah, it's definitely important to pay attention to how you are feeling and what you are needing, and taking care of those things as well, rather than just like constantly pushing forward. Okay, so yeah, very practical messages coming through from Spirit over here, and I hope that they made sense to you. But let's see what are the last messages that Spirit has for you. We are going to have a look at some oracle cards and see what additional guidance Spirit wants you to know. Wow, we have meadow, vulnerability. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of tying in with the message I was just talking about. It's like, I feel like at times it's important for you to realize that you're not a machine, you're not a robot, and it's okay for you to need a break. It's okay for you to take some time off to gather yourself, to regroup your energy, because you're not meant to push forward on like full steam all the time. It's like it's important to allow yourself to again unwind, de-stress, and recharge your energy before pushing forward. It's normal. But again, I feel like at times you may be almost pushing yourself a bit too hard. So more of this like vulnerability, I feel, is actually what is very important for you to acknowledge, and to keep reminding yourself that you are human, and that, you know, all of the things about like making mistakes, messing up, needing time to gather yourself, needing a break, all of those things are very human, and it's important to acknowledge that and to allow yourself to have that. So yeah, vulnerability, because before I just want to say as well that especially with these cups cards that are in the middle here, I feel like a lot of this emotional, because those are pretty much the only emotional cards that are coming out over here, and I feel like they are mainly tied to, oh my god, sorry, I just noticed that we have 7 of Cups and 6 of Cups. So you have officially like all of these cards that are going in sequence. That is crazy. But anyway, going back to what I was trying to say is that with both of these cards coming out in like in the middle here, talking about like what you really shouldn't do, I feel like your only emotions, or more of this like sensitive, like that kind of energy, is coming through only from like your past or something. It's almost like this past has made you like put up these walls, or put up this like armor and these shields around you, and now you're just like fully focused on, again, I feel that this is very much like career oriented, but again, take it as it resonates. So I feel like whatever this past is, that kind of still has your heart, and so everything else is like, you just kind of like putting your focus on your dreams, your goals, and you are working very hard towards them. But it's like your emotional body is kind of like getting neglected because it's kind of in a bit of a weird spot, as I said, because it seems to be so heavily tied to like the past. So I feel like whenever your heart and whenever your emotions do come up, it's like they remind themselves to you, or they remind of themselves. Okay, what am I trying to say? It's like they want you to acknowledge them by bringing up this stuff from the past, and that's kind of what like takes you aback, or takes you as I said, like puts a stop on things. And yeah, so I feel like there is something going on with your emotions here that definitely needs some like diving more deeply into. Not the like getting stuck in the past part, because again, I feel like that thing is like really slowing you down, and like doubting whether you made the right choices in the past and all of that thing is like, it's slowing you down. But I do feel that there has to be more emphasis on, again, as I said, there has to be more emphasis on how you feel and what your body is communicating to you. So really starting to listen and pay more attention to your emotions, and disassociating your emotions from the past, because I feel that very heavily your heart space and your like vulnerabilities and your emotions, your sensitive side, is somehow linked to this past thing. So it's almost like, because you don't want to deal with this past, like you're repressing your emotions. I hope that made sense, but it feels very complicated and very heavily layered. So I don't know how good of a job I did explaining it, but that's kind of what came out. So yeah, more attention needs to be put on the heart space is basically where I'm going to leave it. Oh my goodness, building blocks. This is like the perfect card to come out, because what was I saying? I feel that you are building your future. Did I say that? I feel like I did. I don't know, I'm getting a deja vu moment, but I feel like this building blocks is just confirming or reaffirming that you are indeed building the life of your dreams and looking into the future and kind of setting the blocks in the exact way that you want the blocks to be. And again, it feels like all encompassing. It's very similar to the Emperor energy, actually, is what I'm feeling. And regeneration. Oh my goodness, I cannot make this stuff up. I actually love that the word regeneration is here, because as I was saying, I feel like there has to be time for you to regenerate. I feel like I actually said that. So I love that Spirit is bringing this out over here as well. Oh wow, we have believe in the impossible. So look at that. This is one of the best cards. I love this card so much. Okay, yeah, and self-love. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it over here, and I'm gonna put this over here, because I feel like I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but I feel like it goes really well with this regeneration, with the self-love. Yeah, let's see. Frog, okay. Makes a lot of sense yet again. Okay, we also have cross, and we have key. We have the key and the cross as the last two cards coming out. Okay, so let's talk about these cards. Let's talk about them. So I feel like I already spoke for such a long time about this vulnerability, so I'm not going to go over that too much. But let's start over here. So with this building blocks and believe in the impossible, it's like, as I said, it's almost like you are doing some amazing things. You are literally creating what it is that you want, and you are doing such a badass job at it. I feel like you are truly making your dreams true with this believe in the impossible. Like, again, it's like with this Ace of Wands, I love that those cards like are aligning so beautifully, because it's like what I was saying before, this cliche sentence, right? That you can do whatever you want to do. And that is truly what Spirit is reaffirming here with this blue moon card. Like, literally, you can do like absolutely unimaginable things. Like, you can do some really impressive, amazing, wonderful things. So basically whatever you want to do, again, it's like you have it in you. You have all that you need to make it a reality. So these two are just kind of, again, these two cards are very strongly saying that, you know, you have it down, you've got it, you're doing an amazing job. But we have so many other cards that are talking more about these like more soft, more gentle things, especially with this frog card. And I love that this came out, because I feel that as I was talking about this whole long spiel that I was trying to make really understandable, but I'm not sure how good of a job I did. So when I was talking about this past that seems to still kind of hold your heart or hold your like emotional space very heavily, I feel with this frog that Spirit is saying that there needs to be a bigger cleanse. You need to kind of go through your emotional gunk, everything that you are holding on to from the past, everything that is still kind of maybe raising its like annoying head every now and then, and dragging you back to all of this past thing that again may still make you feel like either guilty or doubtful, or just instill like more of these negative emotions in you. But there needs to be again a cleansing. There needs to be a washing away of the past and disassociation. Again, you need to kind of remove your heart space, exactly what I was saying before. You need to remove your heart space and your emotions from the past, and kind of integrate your emotional body more to what it is that you're doing now, because you have all of the masculine energy, all of this passion and drive that you need to make things happen. But I feel that you're kind of lacking this more sensitive side, this more emotional side that is going to help guide you and direct you in the best on the best paths for you. And not just that, I also feel that the emotional aspect of it is going to allow you to enjoy the things that you achieve more, because that's truly where the joy lies, right? In your heart space. So with you kind of being maybe a bit cut off from that, or with your emotions being a bit more suppressed at this time, it's like you're not really getting the full benefit of all of the things that you are achieving. And especially with this regeneration and self-love, like the message could not be more clear. Spirit definitely wants you to start paying more attention to yourself and how you're feeling. And even though it's amazing that you're working towards all of your dreams and wishes and aspirations, but again, it's like you're not made of metal, you're not made of stone. So you definitely need to have the time to again, I know I've been saying it so many times, but you need to have the time to gather yourself and have the time and the space to put yourself in a space of like relaxing and really looking after yourself, really taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. And then you are able to go even further, achieve even more, because again, this is not a race, this is not a competition, and you kind of have to consider the big picture here. So yeah, I know that this is difficult, and I can see that with the crossover here. I know that like going to the heart of these emotional questions and these whatever these things are from the past that you are still kind of having some sore spots for. I can feel with this cross that they are a bit of a burden on you. It's like it's kind of always at the back of your mind, or it's always somewhere with you, even if you don't actively think about these things all the time. But it's like, as I said, it's like they keep raising their head, right? These questions or these situations from the past, they keep popping up for you and kind of slowing down your progress. So even though it's difficult, even though it's painful, but it's best to kind of deal with them and to go to the heart of these things, to really work through them with this key over here. It's like actually dealing with those, I feel like, is going to break you free from that cycle. It's going to help alleviate you from this burden that kind of keeps showing up over and over and over again. So truly, I feel like what Spirit really is saying is that you have all it takes to be successful. Like, you know what your recipe for success is, and you are doing it. The only thing that Spirit wants you to pay more attention to is your emotions and kind of how you deal with your emotions. And to be fair, it feels like right now you're not really dealing with your emotions that much. And this is not a judgment. This is just like, I understand, trust me, I understand. Painful stuff is like, it's not pleasant to deal with, and it's just a lot easier to brush it aside and focus on things that are actually happening around you, right? But I feel like in the long term, Spirit is saying that this is going to be for your own benefit, and it's going to help you reach even further, farther, higher. So yeah, it's just going to make this whole process more enjoyable for you, and it is also going to kind of, again, help you get there with more ease. So definitely try and make some time for yourself and for reconnecting to your more emotional, to your more sensitive side, and trying to release this past thing as much as you can, because oh my goodness, you are working towards some absolutely amazing things. And yeah, I'm kind of jealous. So wow, this was such an intense but such a cool reading, pile number 3. As I said, I feel like your energy is so powerful, and you are just killing it. So that's all I have to say, pile number 3. I'm gonna leave it there. I truly hope that the messages that came through for you are actually beneficial for you, that they are actually helping you in some way. And if that is the case, then I would love it if you let me know. You can do that by leaving me a comment down in the comment section, or you can give me a thumbs up as well and let me know that this helped you. I would really appreciate it. And most of all, I would love it if you decided to stick around for the future and join me by subscribing to my channel if you haven't done that already. But if I don't see you in any of the other piles, then I am sending you so much love and light, pile number 3. Please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.